God bless you and welcome to TWT, the Word Today. I'm Elder Robert Wilson, and today our word is water. We want to talk about water today. Let's look at St. John chapter 4, verses 13 and 14, a very powerful statement that Jesus makes as he is at the well with this lady. And it says in verse 13, it says, Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Now, this is a very powerful statement that Jesus is making about water, or a type of water. So today we want to look at, or we want to cover kind of briefly, two types of water. First we'll look at our natural water, then our living or spiritual water. Now there are 7 benefits, maybe more, but there are 7 benefits of our natural water. And they are, it increases energy. It relieves fatigue. It promotes weight loss. It flushes out toxin. It improves skin complexion. It maintains regularity in our bodies. And it helps improve the function of our heart, our brain, and our muscles. So this is our natural water. Now all these are good things that are found in our natural water. But our natural water also has some downfalls. The natural water can have particles in it that is so small or so tiny that you can't see them. See, I've known water to be contaminated, and people became sick. Water can become infected and spread and infected other people, and it even causes death. This is our natural water. But now when we turn to our spiritual water, it brings out some things or it do some things in our life that is similar to our natural water, but they're on a supernatural level. Our spiritual or our living water is responsible for bringing 7 things in our lives. So let's look at those 7 things. Number 1, wisdom. Now, wisdom invites us, people, in a way of living that is in harmony with both the created order and God's redemptive work. Now, the Old Testament looked at wisdom as oriented around the fear of the Lord. And the New Testament puts wisdom as in amplified or oriented around Jesus Christ. Number 2, understanding. Understanding is a capacity of discerning a right course of action and then having the self-discipline to follow through on that action. Number 3, counsel. Counsel is the fruit of this supernatural gift. Counsel allows us to judge rightly what we should do in a particular circumstance. It's allowed us to judge or to make a judgment promptly. Fortitude. Fortitude is the strength of character that enables a person to endure pain and adversity with courage. Not only just endure it, but endure it with courage. Knowledge. Knowledge is the experience, is knowing by experience, such as knowing affliction because you have been afflicted, knowing loss because you have suffered loss, knowing grief because you've had grief in your life, and knowing judgment because you have been judged before. So knowledge is knowing by experience. Piety. Piety means to give God reverence and to worship Him in a way that reflects a holy life. So this includes the sense of being dedicated and consecrated. And number 7, the fear of the Lord. This means giving God your undivided attention. Psalms 86 and 11 says, teach me your way, Lord, that I might rely on your faithfulness. Give me an undivided heart, that I might fear your name. So an undivided heart leads us to the fear of the Lord. Now, this is our natural water and our spiritual water. Now, our natural water can be cloudy, but our spiritual water is clear, so clear that it helps us to be able to walk in the path that we should. Helps us to walk in the right path. See, one of the symbols for living water is a lamp. So the living water can be a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. Now, natural water can contaminate and cause sickness, but our living water, our spiritual water, it cleanses, it delivers, and set free. Now, even though we've had our natural water, we will soon thirst again. But we're reminded in St. John chapter 4, verse 13 and 14. This is what Jesus said. This is our topic scripture. It said, Jesus answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. He was talking about the natural water as they began to get a drink at the well. But he goes on to say in verse 14, but whosoever drinketh of this water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of living water, a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Now, even though we have our natural water and we enjoy our natural water, we need our natural water. Let's ask God for his living water, because his living water is the water that comes from God. It's the water that flows to us and dwells in us and flows out of us into other people.